Hi, I'm Sarah.
And I'm Trent. And this is Studio 20 Live.
We are very excited to be here today for our very first episode of Studio 20 Live, coming to you across from Penitsi in a top secret location you probably won't be able to find.
Well, I couldn't find it today. I must didn't have a show. But make sure to hashtag Studio 20 on Twitter. So Mum, get a Twitter. Anybody out there, make sure to be active on social media.
Yeah, we'd love to hear from you. Join in the conversation. Coming up on the show today, to celebrate Youth Week, we're talking leadership, and we have a very inspiring individual, Coralie Fleming, to talk to us.
And we're going to catch up with the guys at UOWTV for UOW Showcase, where they're going to show us some shortcuts. And then after that, we've got the rant with Angie, who's going to catch up with some passionate people on campus.
In My Kitchen Go Rules today, we have Sydney, who's telling us how to make a mug cake.
And then after that, we're going to round up the show with a special talent that runs rings around the competition.
But first up today, it's Youth Week, and all around the nation we're celebrating the amazing things that our young people can do. So the theme for 2014 is Our Voice, Our Impact, and someone who is really making an impact in terms of the environment and leadership is Coralie Fleming, and this is In the Limelight. Thanks so much for coming in today to chat to us, Coralie. It's good to have you in.
Yeah, it's so nice to be here.
I hope we've got jelly beans for you that you like.
Yes, I love jelly beans. I'm so excited.
Good. Now, Coralie is really inspiring. She does some amazing things. She's been Youth Ambassador for Antarctica, or you're going to be, hopefully. You have been the Regional New South Wales Coordinator for the Australian Youth Climate Coalition. So you've done lots of really cool environment things. And what is a project that sort of you're most passionate about?
At the moment, stemming from my time in the Australian Youth Climate Coalition, I developed a huge passion for young people who live in regional Australia. I actually grew up in Inverell, New South Wales, so way out northwest, and it's a place that's really dear to my heart. So I've recently created an organisation called the Regional Youth Voices Network, and we go out and teach leadership skills to young people living in regional areas and hope to inspire them to create the change that they want to see in their communities. So it's really rewarding and so much fun.
What type of leadership qualities are you looking for people out in the rural areas? Like what type of things they need to show out there?
So the wonderful thing about leadership is that there is no, I guess, ideal leader. There's no ideal leadership qualities. It's more about what you can do within yourself to not only inspire yourself and grow as a stronger, I guess, a better leader within yourself, but it's also the ability to inspire other young people. So we're not exactly looking for any leadership qualities. We're looking to develop every young person into a young leader. So it's really, really rewarding work.
And you're involved at the uni with the Alive Leadership Program, which kicked off this week, and they have sort of talking about different types of leaders. You had a workshop this week which sort of explained that and had students sort of see what type of leader they are. Can you explain a little bit about that?
Absolutely. So at the university, I am the program coordinator for leadership, which is really exciting. So I actually coordinate 3 different programs on campus, and the Alive Leadership Program is super exciting. So essentially, it's a 6-month program for young leaders on campus who really want to get to know more about themselves and to develop the skills that I was just talking about to be a really incredible, inspiring young leader, but also to help develop social change and to start initiatives on campus, in communities and across the nation, which is super exciting. So that kicked off this week, which was amazing. We had a personality type indicator workshop and the students absolutely loved it. So it was good to kick off a program where students actually get to learn a bit about themselves first. I think that's a pretty enriching experience, so it was really good.
personality types. That's interesting. So what type of personalities did the people find out they had?
Oh, so many. There was such a mix, which was fantastic. It's not like this year all the students in our leadership programs are one type of leader or one type of personality. Everyone was so different and so inspired by themselves, and that was fantastic to just see students be inspired by their own personalities and learn where they need to grow and learn how they can develop the potential in other students. It was really exciting to see.
That's heaps cool.
Yeah, I love it.
And you're also raising some money to go off to Antarctica. You're one of 30 people in the world selected to go to Antarctica, which is a huge achievement. Well done. So yeah, you're trying to get some funds going to hopefully get over there and do some environmental projects.
Fantastic. So a couple of years ago I was selected to be a youth ambassador for Antarctica, which entails a kind of like a 2 to 3 week program in Antarctica at the start of the year, which is really exciting. So I go over there with 30 other or 29 other young people across the country and across the world, and we learn about the real impacts of climate change. So I guess we go to the face of climate change really, and learn about the impacts that it's having on our polar regions, but also the impacts it's having on one of the world's most beautiful wilderness areas. Antarctica is completely untouched by anything other than science, and that's absolutely wonderful. So we go over, I guess, to learn about the treaty that protects Antarctica as a place that I guess only science can touch, and it's not divided, I guess, in terms of war and humanity and things like that. It's just a really peaceful scientific place. So that's kind of what we get to learn about over there, and it's really exciting.
Cool. You have to get some warm clothes for Antarctica.
I know. I don't actually like the cold, so it'll be so interesting to see how I go in sub-freezing temperatures. Yeah, I think so. The average winter's minus 45 or something like that. So I can barely handle a cool breeze. So going to Antarctica will be a challenge.
Great, we can't wait to see your rug.
Yeah, well, I struggle in the journalism labs here, so it'll be interesting to see. Well, thanks for that, Coralie. That was really interesting.
No worries. Thank you so much for having me. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Okay, well now we're going to go to UOW Shortcuts and see what the people at UOWTV are up to.
New South Wales now joins the ACT as one of the only jurisdictions in Australia that recognises genders other than male and female. New South Wales laws now permits the registration of a third category of sex. Alice Matthews looks at how the University of Wollongong is recognising gender neutrality.
UOW is home to the Queer Alliance, the Feminism Society and the All Sorts Queer Collective, all who push for gender diversity awareness. However, the removal of the gender studies major and minor seems contradictory to the new law ruled in court today.
There's a symbolic effect saying that the admin is too much and it's not worth the inconvenience for people to study it.
Students say that it is about time that gender diversity was recognised by law.
Especially kind of in the 1970s, 1980s, the kind of feminism hadn't totally worked out how to approach the issue of trans inclusivity.
In fact, some students believe that gender doesn't have to be on paper at all.
Personally, I'd prefer if they just got rid of the whole gender labelling thing altogether.
While students are making positive changes, they say those who ticked the male or female box in the past have had an easy privilege. The new law includes a category non-specific. Alice Matthews, UOW Update.
Thanks for that, Amber and Alice. It's so interesting that New South Wales Laws has come up with that new non-specific gender term, and I wonder how many people are actually going to take on that and think that that's for them.
Yeah, that's really interesting. That'll we'll probably see a lot of advancements in that gender issues and that coming forward, which will be really good. If you guys are interested in seeing any more with UOWTV, you can find all of their stuff on the UOWTVmultimedia.com website.
And I did a bit of a change of taste now. We've noticed that we have these kitchen goes on campus, which is they've got a microwave and a sink and that sort of thing, so you can cook on campus, but I find they're quite underutilised.
Yeah, I've never used one before.
Yeah, and I am guilty of paying $12 for my uni lunch, so I think it would be a really cool thing. But we've got some ideas for you, and this segment is My Kitchen Go Rules. We have our amateur resident chef, Sydney, who's over at the Kitchen Go in the Creative Arts Building. Are you there, Sydney?
Hi, Sydney.
Hi guys, how you going?
Good. What have you got for us today?
Well, today I'm going to teach everyone how to make a chocolate mug cake. Now, I don't know about you, but I can go for cake any time of the day, and with this awesome recipe, it's only ever going to be 5 minutes away. So I'm just going to run through the recipe a little bit for you. So to start with, you need 4 ingredients and 4 alone. So we've got some cocoa, we've got plain flour, sugar, and we need 1 egg. You also need a little bit of tap water, and that's really handy that the kitchen goes have a sink and everything, so it's no dramas at all. So let's get going. What I've already done is I've already added the cocoa and the plain flour, so it's 4 tablespoons of each one. And you also need 4 tablespoons of sugar. So I'll just pop them in. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4. This will certainly keep you awake in those long study hours in the library. And now I'm just going to add the egg, trying to keep out the shells. Oh dear, there you go, all over the place. Pop that in the bin. And the next step is just to give it a bit of a mix, like just mix it up like you'd mix any normal cake batter, except in a tiny, tiny cup. So give it a mix, make sure it's all combined really well. And then you can even lick the spoon afterwards, which is always my favourite thing to do when I was making stuff when I was little. So I'm just going to give it a bit of a mix there. Alright, now I'm just going to add a tiny bit of water. Probably about 4 tablespoons of water as well, just to make the consistency a little bit more liquidy. So keep mixing it there. Starting to look like a normal cake now. Keep it going, combine it all. And really, it doesn't take long at all. If you can bring the ingredients in a takeaway cup or like a reusable coffee cup, just whack it all in there before you leave home in the morning. And then come to uni, and when you're halfway through studying and you need a little pick-me-up, just head down to one of the kitchen goes that are all around the uni and just, whack it in one of the microwaves like I'm going to do now. There you go, pop it in. It only needs to cook for about 3 to 4 minutes, so I'm going to go 3.5. And boom, 3 minutes and you have a cake. So just for the sake of time, I've pre-made one, like the old play school days. You just want to have a look in there. Chocolate mud cake.
Oh, that looks awesome.
That is impressive, don't you think?
My stomach is actually rumbling while I'm watching this because it's lunchtime.
Make sure to bring it to the studio.
Oh, I don't think it's going to make it to the studio. I'm just going to have a little sneaky taste now, just see what it tastes like. You guys ready? Oh, that is cake. That's what that is. It's delicious. So there's no reason to spend $8 on a piece of cake when you can get it for free, basically. All the ingredients will be in your fridge. So that's a handy tip, and we'll be back next week for another exciting My Kitchen Go, and I'll see you guys then.
Thanks, Sydney.
Thanks so much, Sydney. I can't wait to try that.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be mug cakes all over campus
Yeah.
now.
I can't wait to give my mum the recipe, then I can try it myself.
Yeah, and it also could be a good Easter idea. Chocolate only takes 40 seconds. It's a thought that counts.
Yeah,
right?
smack a bow on that and you're done.
Yeah, a bow. I like that idea. Yeah, very creative. Okay, coming up now. Thanks for that, Sydney. Coming up now, we've got a bit of what's on in Wollongong, so you know where you need to be and when. So coming up tonight, we've got the networking after. Make sure you take along your business cards and you can get to know some local contacts in the Illawarra and perhaps maybe look for future job opportunities. We've also got tomorrow, the UOW Wellbeing Centre is organising free Tai Chi at 11:30 a.m. Or if you're more of a sporty person, you can play OzTag on the Urack Oval at 12 p.m.
Yeah, and you've also got the Heroes of Villains party on the 17th of April, so make sure to take your cape to that, or you can just dress as your 2 favourite co-hosts. And you've also got the meditation at the UOW Wellbeing Centre on the 16th of April. So that should be fun, get your yin, get your yang and get down there.
Cool, I think we're going to have a rant next.
Yeah, we're going to catch up with Angie, who's got the rant for us.
Hey guys, I'm Angie. I'm on campus getting people's opinions on how they get to the university.
I catch the train.
How do you find it convenient for you?
It can be a bit inconvenient because the timetable doesn't always match up to the times that I start, so it involves getting up earlier than I'd have to if the timetable was a bit better.
We do carpool, we drive us 3.
Every day?
Yep. We have to come at like an hour early just so we can get a spot because it fills up really quickly now. So the other week we had to pay for parking even though there was 3 of us, and that was really annoying. So now we have to get here and waste time.
Oh, that was a very subdued ranting, wasn't it, Sarah?
Yeah, I thought they could have been a little bit more feisty.
Yeah, well, I know I'm angry about the transport. That bus didn't show up last week.
City Rail is definitely not a great way to start the day with its delays and things. But the free bus is free, so I can't really complain.
You know who hates transport?
Who?
This our co-host here.
Yeah. He's been pretty quiet so far.
Old Scraps here. He's not one for words.
We've decided he's a half sausage dog, half beagle, and we don't have a nickname for him. I've called him Boris, and you've called him.
Well, it's Scraps. Scraps, and so he comes to it. Okay. But if anybody else has got any better ideas, feel free to tweet us at UOWTV Multimedia and to hashtag Studio20 for some great ideas for this little fella's name.
Yeah, and maybe we'll get him more involved in the show next week. He's been a bit quiet this time. But yeah, hashtag us at Studio20 to join in and come up with a name. And now for our final special treat, we have Show Us Your Talent with a very special person who's got something cool to show us. To show us her hula hooping skills, we have Abby Dalton. Take it away, Abby.
Don't stop. Don't
Thank you so much for coming in today, Abby. You looked very agile out there. Have you done much circus things before?
Not a lot of circus. I usually just muck around with the hula hoop, but I've been a dancer for a while. So.
Very cool.
So no formal training in the hula hooping?
No, I've just learned it like festivals in and off other people who know how to do it.
Yeah, cool. And can you tell us a little bit about yourself? What do you study here at UOW?
So I study exercise science and rehabilitation.
And you work at the Wellbeing Centre as well. Do you think you could get some hula hooping lessons happening at UOW so we could learn?
Oh yeah, that's a good idea actually. I'll put it to them. It's very good for your well-being.
Yeah.
How long do you reckon it takes to learn hula hooping?
I think it's really easy. I think you could probably learn it in a day if you put your mind to it.
Oh no, you've set him a challenge now. He's going to be doing it all afternoon. Yeah, I think we'll definitely have to get that class happening at Wellbeing.
I'll take the whole day and I'll get it done.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for joining us today on our very first Studio 20 live show. It's been lots of fun and thanks for watching.
Yeah, thanks. We'll see you guys next week, hopefully.